What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Matty Pace coming at you live from the Matty Mo Show, the host, the most mojo, kicking off episode 307, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, episode 307, and tonight I'm giving you a little slice of heaven, baby. But if this is, however, your first time tuning into the Matty Mo Show, thank you for lending me your ears and attention. Second off, hop into the iTunes podcast section where you can subscribe to the Matty Mo Show and have every episode up there for free listen and download, though. You can also catch me live on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, where you can also rate and review the show, hint, wink, wink, Google Play Music, Spotify, Overcast, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Breaker, Castbox, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podbean, YouTube, The Matty Mo Show, IG and Twitter at Matty_Pace, and Facebook at Matty's Motivation if you need a little kick in the pants, some inspiration, ladies and gentlemen. You can also log on to MattyMoShow.com, subscribe, get on the email list. I got a ton of dope blogs, all the entertainment you need. I got merch going up there soon, so get on there, show me some love. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, happens to land on episode 307, and it is none other than the super sexy Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. And this one, we have a special guest, a phenomenal guest, a woman who has grown herself into becoming a starlight model, but she is a lot more than that, and we're gonna find out exactly what she is on this show, ladies and gentlemen, because she's amazing. So I'd like to introduce you to my very special guest, Miss Angela Alexia. Angela, please say hello to the people.
Hi guys, I'm super excited to be here. Matty, thank you so much for having me on your show. Make me blush over here already and we just started, man.
Girl, I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited. I appreciate you coming onto the show. It is an honor to have you, especially because you just be killing the game. You know what I'm saying? No matter what you do, look good, feel good, do good. You do everything nice. So I think the first thing that I want to ask you is, what inspired you, or who inspired you to be a model and do what you do?
So people ask me this quite often. It's usually one of the first things that I'm always asked.
I'm happy that I can mix it up.
No, I like it because, since I was younger, I've always been creative. I've always been artistic and just kind of standing out. I've never been afraid to be my own person. Even, in school, in high school, I never really clicked with those cliche clicks. Yeah, I was bouncing around. I'm old at this point. I'm not gonna get you on that.
Oh, please.
All right, we'll just move forward.
Chill out with that one.
But people make fun of me all the time because I'm since I was 11 years old, I don't know what my real hair color is. I've been every color in the fucking rainbow. It is what it is.
We've seen a lot of them out there. They look nice.
Thank you. I was going to school. I was going to college for a while. Which another part that people don't know most about me, but I was going to school to be a dentist.
She got the brains too, ladies and gentlemen. She got brains too.
A little bit, right?
Fresh in the scrubs.
I was going to school to be a dentist, but I was realizing in the middle of it that I was doing that to make my parents happy. It wasn't really truly what made me happy.
All right.
And that's when I pulled away. I went to school. I would leave school, I'd go to school back in Boston, and I was going to school to be a model. I was going to school to act. I was going to school to create. And that's what made me happy. So why do something for the rest of your life if you're going to be miserable?
Exactly.
If it's not truly what you want.
True.
So since I was younger, I've been doing that, I've been grinding, and then all of a sudden one day I was like, I'm doing this full time. Let's fucking get it.
You took the jump.
Let's fucking get it.
You took the jump.
Yeah, if you don't take that jump, if you don't take those risks, you're never gonna be at your full potential.
I think that's what a lot of people hesitate and lack doing, is they expect something to just happen for them.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
Damn.
It's not. It's that grind.
It is.
It's that grind. You gotta wake up every morning. You gotta do what you do. You gotta fucking be in front of that computer. You gotta be writing. You gotta be networking. You have to fucking put yourself out there. That's a huge part of what people are afraid of, putting themselves out there, being vulnerable. Because when you're vulnerable, anything can happen.
Definitely.
Good or bad. And the one piece of advice that I give to everybody is don't be afraid to look to your left, look to your right, and talk to those strangers, because you don't know who the fuck's sitting next to you.
I always say that to everybody.
Yeah, you don't know what door's gonna open for
sure.
you. It's crazy. And I met my best friend about 7 years ago, and we are the same person on a lot of different levels. So it was cool to be able to create. And modeling, I don't know really how to put this. I was stuck for a while. I
Okay.
was doing that basic, lingerie, just pumping it out there.
You just getting that sex out there because sex sells.
Sex sells.
Sex does sell.
It absolutely does.
Definitely.
And then I think definitely what started to inspire me and motivate me was my big brother.
Okay.
Leonardo Tillett. We met quite a few years ago, and he's just a crazy, insane artist. Like, the way he sees things, his vision, his photography, his videography, it's different than anybody else out here on the East Coast.
Which is crazy.
It is. Like, he's not afraid to use that body paint, to change those colors in his photos, to use those weird fucking props that nobody else would,
I feel you.
I can tell you how many times we would just go to flea markets, and he'd get a fucking wooden door that was like
just a
from
random
some,
wooden door
barn, and just fucking put it up against his wall and stick a girl in front of it, and that shit would come out dope.
Crazy.
Like, dope. So I think he definitely opened my mind to the way that I saw art, to the way that I created art. You have to think outside of the box. You can't stay on that same level with everybody else because you'll never stand out. And God bless his soul, he left us a few months ago.
Rest in peace.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Every day is trying. Every day you get through it, but you got to keep pushing forward.
Exactly.
And I think I carry him deep down in my soul, deep down in my heart, and he's the one that pushes me and motivates me to keep that artistry alive, to keep pushing forward.
So he kind of turned you into a visionary that you are today.
Yeah,
kind of helped mold and grow you into the phenomenal model you are today.
Thank you.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So shout out to him.
For sure.
You know, that's big. I know that was probably a hard hitter for a lot of people, especially in your squad, people that got to meet him. He sounds like he was a great person. So
he was a huge influencer in the industry, especially out here on the East Coast. Anybody that you would bring up his name knew exactly who you were talking about, knew his work.
That's so dope.
So, yeah,
I think that's something we all strive to develop as a reputation, especially when it's good,
Right, exactly. Especially like in that performance industry, because there are so many of us out there. There are so many people that are striving to create their own name, to create their own brand, and it's like, you, in a way, like, I feel bad because it's motivating, but it's also trying. And a lot of times people get defeated and they get in their own head and then they give up.
And you can't.
Because
once you stop moving, so does everything else around you.
Exactly.
110%. So that's crazy. Well, thank you for sharing that with us. So that leads me on to my little next question here.
Okay.
As for the modeling and things like that, I understand that you have your own little gig on the, that you're working on, SGP Society.
Yep.
And you got a lot of gems with you, girl.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I've seen a lot of the photos that you post up, a lot of the work that you've done. Like, I've become a fan. You know what I'm saying? It's cool.
Yep.
I'm sitting across from you. You know what I'm saying?
Aww,
Daddy's a fan.
Listen,
Daddy's a fan.
You make my heart melt.
Ladies,
over
gentlemen,
here.
Matty Mo Show has fans, and he is a fan. So, yes, definitely. But I want to know what it's like. What helped you? I mean, I know Mr. Tillett did.
Absolutely.
But how did you lay down the foundation to grow such a strong, society, such a strong business?
It's crazy. So Sean and I, I'd say maybe about 3.5, 4 years now. One day, we actually were both going to college together. That's the funniest shit about it.
And that's how you guys met?
That is not how we met.
Okay.
He was in the middle of the mall. He was my phone guy.
Oh, the phone guy.
He was my phone guy.
Man, those dudes are so smooth.
Listen, it wasn't even him, it was me. It was all me.
Oh, all right,
It was all
okay.
me.
I see you.
Now I met him, he fixed my phone, and I went home that day. I tried fucking stalking him on social media, couldn't find him.
You little stalker.
Went back a couple days later and gave him my number.
Goodness.
And it was like all history since then.
Wow.
Yeah. We motivated each other to go back to school, to get that education, because that's what society molds you to do. Like, that's what you think the norm is, and it's not these days. It's not what our generation is anymore. I feel like,
shit's crazy nowadays.
Young entrepreneurs, like, it's social media, and people are like, yeah, but you can go to school for business and take those business courses and learn how to do it that way.
Yeah.
You can go to school and learn how to operate social media. You can. You're right. Absolutely.
100%.
But textbooks aren't everything.
Nah.
Textbooks are not,
definitely not
everything. So it's funny, I'll be sitting with somebody across the table and they'll be like, yeah, well, I learned this in class. Okay, cool, but do you know about those algorithms? Do you know about the time
Yeah,
based?
for real.
And they're like, nah, I don't know even what you're talking about.
But I got this degree, though.
But I got this degree, though.
But I got this degree.
Okay, all right, cool. But, no, so we both actually decided to step away from school together.
Okay.
He was still that phone guy, and I was
He's that phone guy.
little girl that fucking was a waitress in a diner, and we both had a bigger vision. So one day he was like, you know what, I'm quitting my job and I'm doing this full time. Like, I want to pick up a camera and learn photography. And
Beautiful.
he grew with it, and I stood behind him and was like, okay, so you do that, I'll hold down my day job while we do this together, and then as soon as we do this and we grow and we break through, we'll fucking go full time together. And it took about, I'd say, six months to a year for that. And the following just started coming. It was crazy. Like, we didn't even have to put that effort out there.
Crazy.
We were getting calls and traveling and girls wanting to reach out on, Angela, how do I get into the modeling industry? How do I get myself out there? How do I work with photographers? And it was kind of like we just started to manage all of them. We started booking events. We started traveling with our girls.
That's so dope.
We worked with Christiane. I don't know if you know who she is.
I've seen Christiane, and she's not, I don't want to say she's not your typical model, but she is a bigger type of model.
Absolutely.
But she's not, when I say bigger, I don't mean it in a, that sense, but she is a very beautiful girl.
She absolutely
And she
is.
absolutely captures the camera lens like no one's business, because I've seen a lot of hers. I actually follow her on IG as well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Another fan. but yeah, I love it. Her photos, man, and you know what I love about her most is that you can tell that she's so in love with herself and how she is. Her confidence just speaks to you through the screen, and she's dope. So Christiane, you listening to me? Matty loves you, girl. You got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's been a homegirl since day one. We actually went to high school together as well.
Yeah.
And, it was cool. She reached out to me randomly one day and she was like, I want to do this, but I don't know if I have the confidence to do it. And here again, her first shoot was with Tillette and I.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and she ended up being the first plus-size model to really get in front of the camera on the East Coast.
She is killing it.
She blew it up, dude. She
bodies
blew it up.
it. Like, she kills it.
Yep.
If you haven't checked her out, go check her out. Definitely on IG. She is killing it. I'm sure you can
so
get
much
to.
love
Oh,
to her.
so much love. 100%. I got mad love for her. I don't even know her like that. You know what I'm saying?
It's just impossible not to.
I know, she definitely kills it. So shout out to her and the rest of the squad. So all that stuff right there really just made SGP what it is today then.
It's cool because I can say a lot of the girls that we do work with, they had no modeling experience prior. Yeah,
so
it
they
was
kind of
girls
all
that
just
we would
came up with you.
They came up with us. Either I've known them since high school or my girl Talia, we met her at my friend's graduation party.
Dope.
And I went up to her, I was like, yo, you look like Ariana Grande. Let's get it. She came through, and it's been about 1.5 years, 2 years now, and that
she
girl's
kills
fucking
it.
doing her thing too.
Is that the one that I know?
I think you gotta know her.
No, don't know her, but kind of know her.
No, don't know her.
Shout out to my man Sig. Shout out to my man Sig. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's Sig and Allie.
Oh, Sig and Allie. Oh, my bad. But I think I do.
Model.
I think I have seen Talia though as well.
Oh, I'm gonna show you, and you'll be like, yeah, dude, I probably already follow her.
I probably do
Angela.
follow her. You already know, like I'm following SGP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, Allie and Sig. Another thing, Sig is so talented.
He's a beast.
He's got
Not
that
only
voice.
does he do music, but like I've seen some of his camera work. You know, he's getting into the videos. He's been doing that. He's from Cali.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's just killing the game. And his girl, I mean, she bodies the camera too.
She does too. Yeah,
She's
she
fierce.
just did her first fitness competition, and God bless that girl. Like, she's beautiful. She's got that shit
Smoke
on
show.
lock.
Smoke show.
Absolutely.
Sig, you got a smoke show.
Right. It's one lucky man.
He is because she's not, because I know a lot of girls just, out there, they talk so much crap. Like a lot of girls that don't understand what it takes to do the work, man, they just talk shit. Like so many people, they're like, they don't know how to do this and that. And the same people just sitting on their couch getting fatter by the minute, you know what I'm saying?
They ain't
So
doing
I've
shit.
seen this girl at the gym and she crushes it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you got the SGP babes up there hard right now, you know?
It's
you
the
guys
whole
are killing
tribe.
it.
You know, you can't just do it alone. You build your tribe and you rise together. Like, that's how it is. And it's that, like I said, that whole networking. You
100%.
can't stop.
And it helps because it seems like they're all geared towards the same type of goals that you have.
Right.
And even if it was a different goal, it strikes me that their work ethic and their mentality would just align with yours as well, which, I mean, you get people like that in a room, man, whew, good luck trying to take them down.
That creative artistry that
100%.
gets going,
The
that flow.
visionaries, the artists, the people that aren't afraid to pursue their dreams and do what they do.
Yeah.
And so I understand you have built up a great organic following online. Your IG, you want to let the people know what your IG handle is?
Yes, you guys can find me at angela.alexia on IG, guys.
Yes, check her out. Girl is crazy. But that being said, now this is Super Sexy Saturday.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And on this show, on the Fridays, the Super Sexy Saturdays, I get a little bit of risky. You know what I'm saying? I like to bring up some things that are on everybody's mind, but people are too afraid to talk about.
All right.
Last week I did a little bit with Miss Crystal Lee. This week I'm gonna do it with you.
Okay.
I asked her a similar question. Now, I asked her how to curve men. And obviously, I imagine that is, again, it's like y'all have the same exact response to it. It's so funny, but I got her, like, perspective on how to curve the men in the DMs. Now, before I get to know how you curve dudes, what I want to know is, you must get some crazy shit sent to you in the DMs. Some crazy questions. You might get some unruly pics. Maybe even some videos. I have no idea. Some dick things sticking out. I have no idea. Is there anything that really has stuck out to you for like weird or funny or just relentless that you've dealt with since becoming who you are?
Oh, I got a couple.
Well, share them, girl. You know what I'm saying?
I am, which people don't ever believe me when I say this, but I'm a wicked introverted person, so I'm very private with my life. I don't put a lot out there unless it is for my business side of things, unless it is for my modeling.
Appreciate you.
So I can remember when I first started really like pushing for my modeling. I was driving to work one morning, and it's like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Goddamn.
And I got a snap, and I opened it on fucking highway, and I should have never done that shit. Because it was a video of a fucking guy just, you know, jerking that shit.
Just dick out, jaying off.
Yo, I got so, like, caught off guard, I almost fucking went off the highway. And I called, like, Sean at that point, and I was like, yo, I got my first dick pic, and it wasn't even a pic, it was a full-on video.
Oh.
And he starts dying laughing. He's like, get used to that shit.
Full off stroking. Full off stroke. He had the stroke, like, ain't no joke.
No shame in your fucking game,
oh my
kid.
Goodness.
But it was funny because maybe like 2 or 3 days ago, you know that Snapchat filter where it like makes your eyes big and your mouth big, and it's like that like crazy voice. So I like to do like skits here and there with like things that just like relate to my life.
Yeah, just funny.
Yeah, and I was talking about my DMs and the guys, and I'm like, yo, you guys send me DMs. I see every single one. Like, I filter through my shit. That's one thing that I do is, like, I keep on top of my following.
I like your style.
So I filter through that shit. And I'm like, if I don't want to see it, yo, I've seen it, but I put that shit back on there. Like, you don't know that I've seen it. Yeah.
Mark it, unmark it real quick.
Exactly.
Goodness.
And then, like, the girls, I'm super appreciative because, like you said, a lot of girls, they just, like, hate on each other. You know, they're not supportive of anything.
So much.
So when you do get those girls that are like, keep doing your thing, you're beautiful, I'm like, thank you so much. Like, keep that shit coming.
I love that.
And then you also get those followers that they have no profile picture. They have no fucking pictures. Just creepy. They're just following like
could be a dude that you know.
Exactly.
That's what makes it creepy.
Could
be your boss.
Or it could be your boss. It could be your fucking
I'm just kidding.
Like,
I ain't trying to plan ideas. You have no clue. You have no clue.
Exactly.
That shit's unreal.
Like last night, I opened my DM and I have this long ass fucking message about this kid, and he's like, Angela. He goes, you know. He's like, the other day, it was funny, but you put me in that category of those people that don't have profile pictures, and you called me a stalker. He's like, I'm not really a stalker, but I did have somebody stalk me, so just so you know, like, I felt that shit. And I'm sorry I'm putting you on blast right now. I'm giving you your, like, 10 seconds of fame, dude, right here, so you're welcome.
Hello, this is hilarious.
But, yeah, and then, like, the craziest part about some of this is because I do work locally. I do work in the public eye for my main job. Sometimes I'll be working and I'll turn around. I'm a waitress, and I'll turn around to go to a table, or I'll turn around at the bar and be like, Angela?
Oh, so creepy.
Who the fuck are you? Like, yeah, that's my name. How do you know? And they're like, oh, I follow you on Instagram, and I'm super flattered about it. But like,
of course, yeah, you're not gonna be like, creep. You know?
Yeah.
What do you want to eat, creep?
Exactly. I'm super nice. Like, don't get me wrong. Even in public or when we go places and people come up to me, like, thank you. You know, I love the love. I love the fact that you don't have any shame in coming up to me and like talking to me. I'm a normal person.
Of course.
But sometimes it's like, okay, so you know my day job. You know what I do as my own hustle. Like, what else are you looking into? What else are you trying to figure out?
It's
Like,
so creepy.
am I gonna be home one night, look out my window, and there you are?
I really hope not.
I hope not either. But
Mr. Snap Dude just out front in your house, just jaying off at the window under the street light. You know
you
what I'm
have
saying?
no fucking clue.
Scarf wrapped up. You know what I mean?
Right?
Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Don't be one of those.
Don't be one of those. Goodness gracious, that is out of control.
Yeah.
So do you get, I mean, this is a different type of question. Do you get women that hit on you and hit you up through DMs trying to convert you to the dark side? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Scissor gang.
So even like straight up, maybe about a year ago or whatever.
Yep.
Sean and I were going out together, and we're like walking up into the club holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
And the fucking security chick, she's trying to take me home while I'm holding. She's like, oh, well, I don't see no big deal with that. I'm like, props to you, honey, but it ain't that way.
Ooh.
Like, I know I can be super tomboy. Like, I hate the makeup. I hate the hair.
I mean,
only
you
do it if
vansed
I
out
have
right
to.
now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like super
you
comfortable.
killing it
you
backwards.
know?
I love that, by the way.
Super comfortable.
Thank you for being comfortable on the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I am who I am. Like, I grew up playing in the mud, fucking.
That's what I'm talking about.
Fishing and shit. Like, I'm the farthest thing away from girly, and when I do model, that's like my time to channel that and to like just vibe out.
Which is so crazy to me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. People don't know that side of me. People are like, oh, you must be dolled up all the time, and you must like.
Nah.
You
don't want to see me at 6 a.m.
I'm home playing video games. Like, dude, I'm fucking home watching.
What's the video game of choice?
Comics and shit. Like.
What is it?
So.
Random, nothing to do with modeling. What is it?
Random, totally random. Don't make fun of me for this.
Depends on what it is.
But I'm super old school and I'm like hooked on Mortal Kombat.
I love Mortal Kombat.
Like I
fucking love it.
You're making me blush.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm like that old school chick. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like, I mean, I work for a car show. I work for Tuner Evolution, and it's the funniest thing. This is my 3rd year on it. And the owner, we went to SEMA last month in Vegas, and it
was dope, by the way.
biggest convention in the
Some of the
fucking
stuff
country.
you were posting was just crazy.
Yeah, like shit you see, you don't see anywhere else.
Yep.
And he's sitting there with me, like we're walking around because I do all their merchandising. So we get ideas from other vendors and what we can do next year going into 2019. It's our new tour season.
That's right.
And he's like, yo, Angela, we do an import show. I'm like, yeah. He's like, you're geeking over fucking hot rods and all the old school shit. Yeah, that's my style.
That's
like,
your style.
That's who I am.
Old school Stangs, Corvettes, like muscle.
That's my thing, muscle.
I like it though. That's what you gotta be about. You know, you do you at the end of the day.
I'm a little all over the place.
You gotta
but I'm not afraid to be. So that's
exactly.
What makes me
Ain't nobody a one-trick pony over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So since we got into the DMs a little bit, obviously, like you said, the way you curve people a little bit, read them, unread them. You know what I'm saying? Push them to the side. You ain't need no time like that.
Yeah, no.
That leads me to my next thing. Now, have you always done just modeling pictures with your society, your photographers? Have you ever done them with other people, aspiring people hitting you up, trying to get out there, you know?
Absolutely. You know, I've collaborated with some very, very talented photographers, some very, very talented videographers.
Yep.
I can say that I'm very fortunate for my experiences, which is kind of cool. Even like starting off when we, the hustle, man, the grind. But we would fucking fly people out from Cali, photographers from Cali. We'd fly people out from Vegas and from Florida.
You gotta flip the bill for them?
Yeah, well, you know, we have our own little side hustle together.
You ain't gonna get into it. I understand.
But, and it's cool because even with our girls, like, we'd get them to come out and we would just spend 3-4 days just working with all the girls, bringing the girls out, kicking it. And then you build that relationship, you build that bond. So now when we do go to the West Coast, we have our homies in the West Coast.
You got the whole thing set up.
We have our homies down south.
It's smart.
Exactly.
It's
Canada,
smart.
they're all over the place.
Canada, eh?
And Canada, eh? Yeah.
I love it.
It's nonstop.
I like
nonstop.
that.
And I can say I'm very happy and proud for my entire squad. For me, I've made money off of it. I've made a career out of it.
Bang.
And that's the goal.
A career
That is
that's
the
going to be
end
full-time
goal.
real soon, if I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely, within the next
That's
year.
beautiful. I can't wait. I'm
Yeah.
sure everyone can't wait
Yeah.
to see what that holds for us. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not completely off the topic of you going to other photographers, because though you may get some awesome photographers, videographers, have you ever had some creepy moments on set or some creeps that kind of just hit you up for the right reason but ended up doing something for the wrong reason? Have you ever had any weird instances on set of doing anything?
Only one time. I
Mhm.
can say that because we manage multiple girls,
Yep.
safety is always first.
Of course.
Safety is always,
Of course.
you know, the front of everything. Whenever we go to a photo shoot, we don't go alone. We don't
Nah, why
go
would you, you
just
know?
two girls.
Looking
like, we
all
have one of the
dolled
guys
up, you
come
know what
with
I'm
us.
saying? Yeah.
Yeah, because you never know, like, and I tell people this all the time, models go missing all the time.
So they,
All the
for
time.
real.
All the time.
Whew,
And
that's
especially the
crazy.
new aspiring models, because they don't know where to go.
They want to get their names
they don't
out
know how
there.
to do it. Exactly. So they're Craigslisting this, you know?
Oof,
They're just taking any
sketchy.
opportunity that comes without doing your research, without doing that
Yep,
background check on
100%.
people. And there are so many photographers out there that are on social media that are posting work, but it's not their work.
Ooh,
They're stealing it
they're
from other
catfishing.
photographers.
They're photo
Exactly.
fishing.
They're photo fishing.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah.
Literally, that's
yeah,
dirty.
Man. So you never know what you're gonna get. I had one guy reach out to me and he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pay you for it." Okay, cool.
You're like, cool.
Sweet.
Now
let's
we
do
talking.
this. Now this is legit. Like
Yeah,
you're paying me.
Of course.
I pull up and it's this old warehouse, which you can't knock that shit because a lot of
I
guys
mean,
they make
crazy.
their photography studios
Dope.
in warehouses and stuff like
Be
that.
some good
which-
shots.
Yeah, great shots. You know, that edgy, that rugged.
Yeah, of course.
look to it.
Different.
We walk into this little room and there's a fucking bed on the floor.
Yep.
Not even a real bed, it's a fucking air mattress.
He's got that air mattress on. Was it queen size at least?
At least, alright? He
Thank
gave
God.
It that. He
Built
gave
for
it
comfort,
that.
you know?
Yeah.
Thank God.
So he's like, alright, the first thing we're gonna do is you're gonna get a lingerie stand, we're gonna shoot on the bed. I'm like, how about a full bodysuit and we'll shoot out in the hall? And he's like, okay, alright. And then he tried taking my other girl back into the room to shoot on the bed. And it got weird from there. I was like, your hour's up,
It's
dude.
time to go.
It's time to go. Let's get.
So he was trying to pipe something.
Oh, you.
And he was trying to pay for it.
And he was trying to pay for it.
God
dude.
damn. And he even provided lingerie.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That
But you know,
takes
like,
creepy
a
to
lot
a
of
new level.
photographers do provide
Okay, so that's
wardrobe.
nothing
That's
weird.
Normal.
That's
not nothing
because
weird.
they have an idea, a vision for
Of
you,
what they're
the
looking
legit
for.
ones, the legit
Exactly.
ones.
The legit
Okay, so
ones.
that's nice. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I would feel weird if I showed up someplace and they're like, "Hey, Matt Pays, get in this full latex bodysuit. I
That'd
want to
be
see
like-
every crack and crevice." I'd be like, you know what?
Yo, part of me feels like you'd be like, yo, let's get it. Let's do
You're
it.
not wrong. You know, you're definitely not wrong. You know, Daddy likes to dress up in a latex suit every now and again. I've gotten whipped on cam.
Oh,
You know what I
know,
mean?
I've seen that one.
You seen that?
I've seen
Shout
that
out to
one for
Olivia
sure.
Hyde for that one. Thanks, girl. Appreciate you. Yeah, so that's just me, though. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right. To each their own.
To
man,
each
you
is their
know?
own. To each is
Get
their own.
it?
Goodness gracious. So thank you for sharing that awkward occurrence.
Very
So
awkward.
fellas, if you're photo fishing, do not try it with this girl. She's
No.
experienced. She'll whoop that ass. You know what I'm saying? She'll take your
Yes.
money and whoop that ass.
Thank you.
Goodness gracious. So anyways, moving on from the creepers, because we've had too much creepers like that. So I'm still grossed out by it right now. You know what I'm saying? So you got a lot of you got the side hustles. You be mentioning the side hustle. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Now, one of the main reasons I wanted to have you on the show is because I have a deep admiration for what you do, knowing you. You know what I mean? You doing your thing, you're modeling. I know your grind doesn't stop there. As you said, you work the diner life, so you're
Yeah.
putting in those crazy hours. You're doing the modeling, SGP Society, you're traveling.
Yep.
I just want to know, how do you do it all? You know what I mean? Like, how do you keep up with the life and the energy that it creates to do everything?
You don't stop.
You just never stop.
You just don't stop, because the second you stop, you're done. You're
Exactly.
done. And I say it all the time. I'm like, my alarm clock goes off, you get up, you go.
That's
you just
it.
fucking keep going until it's done. Like,
Mhm.
I start work early. I start work at 5 in the morning. I don't get out until about 2, 3 in the afternoon. And then most people go home to relax, go home to
Yep,
cook dinner.
yep.
I'm like, I love to cook. And I don't remember the last time that I got to, like, sit down and
Oof.
cook and just
Yep,
kick it.
I feel you.
Like, you go home, I'm on my laptop until 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm on my phone until 1 o'clock in the morning, and you do it all over again. And it's like, I travel so frequently. I live in an airport. I live in hotels.
Goodness.
You know, which is great to most people. They're like, oh, you live that luxury life.
It sounds cool.
You live that fucking
You make
great
it look good.
life. Thank you. Thank you. I enjoy it. Don't get me wrong.
100%.
I enjoy it. The experiences, the people, the cultures.
Yes.
It's dope. It's dope.
Yep.
But it definitely runs you down. Like,
I can
if
imagine.
you can't find a balance, if you can't still do what you love, in addition, you're not gonna love it for very long.
I feel you. And that's gotta be difficult. I'm sure it's a little, does it make it a little easier having someone with you by your side, like your partner?
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes, because you lean on each other. You learn
You're
each other's
rocks.
strengths. Exactly.
I understand. You're your motivators. You're each other's rocks.
Exactly.
So that brings me up to the next question, because I understand you and your business partner.
Yep.
Like you said, you met him, you gave him the digits, you know what I'm saying? You're seeing each other. So for a while, you guys were seeing each other. And I'm just curious, because I don't know what it's like. What is it like running a business together, running like SGP, doing all that stuff, but also having a relationship? Because I can imagine it can be difficult to kind of put one to the side and focus on the other one when you need to.
It is, because I can say, you know, we have not been together for the past about 1.5 years, 2 years.
Yep.
But we love each other to death.
Of course.
We are best friends.
Love is love.
We still do everything together.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You can never take that away.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, we have each other's backs through
100%.
everything. But to be in a relationship, to run a business together, to travel together, it's a fucking lot, man. Like, you
24/7.
You fucking butt heads.
I can imagine.
You argue, you agree, you disagree. And to find that line where you have to, like, switch that business partner off and turn on the relationship.
Yep. Especially if he's behind the camera.
Yeah.
You're like, I want to rip your throat out right now.
Listen. So that's the funny part, man. We did this together. We grew this together, but I think we've only shot a handful of times together.
Because of that reason?
Because of that reason.
Just like, oh.
I'll get in front of the camera with him and he'll be like, do this, do that. I'll be like, don't fucking tell me what to do. Don't tell me what to do. I know what I'm doing.
Right.
And then I'll be like, yo, let me see. And he's like, nah. He's like,
That's
I know
hilarious.
what I'm doing. I'm like, all right, then fuck this. We ain't working together no more. Like, you work with your girls, I'll work with my photographers,
hilarious.
and then we'll come back together on our
if it's another photographer saying the exact same things, would you still react the same way?
No.
Of course you wouldn't.
No, I mean, to a certain degree.
Yes and no.
Yeah,
just because you know how to do your thing, you know what you're into.
It's a lot easier to vibe with somebody else that you know you can't fucking talk back to.
I understand.
You know you can't, like, go home at the end of the day and be like, yo, fuck you.
Yeah,
like,
we about to fight right now, then we gonna make up, but we gonna fight first.
Exactly.
But best believe.
Exactly.
Damn, so that's...
I mean, like, you know, we both grew together. We grew as adults together.
You built it.
We built it
you
together.
Built this.
And then we ended up going our separate ways because we do the photography together. We did weddings together. We do SGP Society together. We actually both worked for Tuna Revolution together.
So
it was just, like, so crazy. And we had to kind of break apart to learn who we were as individuals to be able to, like, powerhouse even further together.
That's dope.
Yeah, so
that's so crazy.
It's fucking awesome. Like, I wouldn't change shit for anything.
You know, I say it's crazy, but I think I mean that it's beautiful. Right. Because most relationships, like, I did an episode last night called The X Factor.
Yeah.
You can just imagine what that shit was about. You know what I'm saying? And it gets malicious sometimes.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm happy that you two held it together and are grown enough to see the bigger picture, not just for what you're doing, but for the future.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. You got to keep it healthy. You got to have that balance. And it's like, you also have to know that once you don't have that balance, how to get that balance back.
Wow. Levels. This communication is key.
Right.
100%.
Especially in this industry, because, like, you know, being a photographer, you're not just doing events. You're working with other girls that are fucking walking around the studio half naked and shit. Like, you have to have that trust there. You have to have that respect there, that open key. And, like, that's what we kind of built, too, because even bringing these girls in, while he's behind the camera, I'm coaching them. Or while he's behind the camera, I'm helping them pick out outfits and come up with their ideas. And people are like, you're cool with your man, like, shooting these girls?
You gotta be.
Yeah, you gotta be, because otherwise you're gonna fail.
Exactly.
You're gonna fail. And just like he's comfortable with me shooting with other photographers.
I feel you.
Gotta be.
You got to.
You know, a lot of people, a lot of guys, they're like, yo, I'd never be cool with my girl being on IG like you or being on Facebook like you. And
cool.
I'm
like, that's why you're not my man.
That's why you're not my man. That's why you guys won't ever be.
That's why you're always gonna have relationship issues.
Exactly.
I feel you.
Exactly. It's on a grown level.
Exactly.
You know?
You gotta have the respect, and more importantly, you gotta have the trust. Because if you don't got that, you got nothing at the end of the day.
Right.
Exactly. So I'm pumped. Shout out to you guys for being able to hold it down still to this day. Shout out. So next up, you released a little bit that you're starting your own thing.
Yeah,
you know, not to give too much away to the people, but what can we expect when it drops? Can you give anything like that?
So I can say that
keep the cat in the bag a little bit.
We're keeping the cat in the bag because there's a lot of surprises coming up within the next year. Yep. There's a lot of business moves that we're making.
Mm-hmm.
I can say that very soon we're going to be having a location.
Okay.
For multiple uses.
Yep.
I'm very fortunate. I've been working in the cannabis industry for a little while now, and I can say that I'm going down that route right now. Just keep an eye out.
I like
that. That's all I'm gonna say. Keep an eye out.
I like that. I remember when we were talking in the barbershop years ago.
Yeah.
When we got to talking, and Forrest, shout out to Forrest, by the way, for always keeping this girl fresh with the cut. You know what I'm saying? She some designs. You'll see the designs once you go on her IG. So shout out Forrest. But we were talking. I remember at that time you were going to do an event down in Rhode Island.
Yep.
Like some sort of cannabis fest thing.
Yep.
And I unfortunately couldn't make it. I wanted to, couldn't make it. Unfortunately, I would have loved to have been there. But so I can attest to the fact that you got some good shit brewing up for us.
Yeah, I'm excited, and I mean, it's the opportunities that are coming for me are also coming for my following. Like, to get involved, to be able to come out and do their own thing with me and my team, to meet us, to be able. It's gonna be some dope shit. So y'all gotta follow on IG, follow on Facebook, and keep track of that shit.
That's right. Yep. That's right. I love that. Now, I think we covered a lot of ground on this interview. It's been a pleasure. But before we completely close it out, I would love, like I said, I admire you deeply for what you do. Not just the modeling, everything. Full circle, the squad, the grind is real with you. And I love it because that's what I'm all about, baby. Hell, we 307 shows a consistent right now. We doing a show a day. You know what I'm saying? I know what it takes.
That's awesome, Matty.
Likewise, we proud together, girl. But the last thing that I would love for you to go with is if there is one piece of advice, if there is a message that you could give up-and-coming entrepreneurs and models, and mainly females that are trying to do whatever it is, whether it be modeling or something else, starting their own business, what would you say to them right now?
You know, in this generation, it's so easy just to pick up your phone and be a model, to be an influencer, to be a photographer. There's millions of people trying to do it.
Millions.
So when I first started, it was a little bit easier because not everybody was about it. Not everybody knew how to be about it. Now you have these girls that are turning 18 and they're just willing to take their clothes off for anybody and anybody to get in front of that camera. And that's not what the industry should be about or what it's about. You have these young girls that are idolizing these other women that are just about the plastic surgery, that are about the fake following, that are just in it for the money, and it corrupts a lot of young minds. It makes girls feel like they're not worthy unless they look like this Barbie image. Don't do that. Find your niche. Find what makes you stand out and run with it. You have to harness your talent and harness what your passion is because, like I said, anybody can throw a picture up on Instagram.
Facts.
Anybody can put something up on their story and it not even be real. You know?
True.
It's all in what you make people believe.
Yep, definitely.
So, do you. Don't be afraid to be you, and don't be afraid to stand out.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Thank you for that.
So motivational.
Do you, ladies?
Do you.
Do you. Angela
do not
Motivation.
compare yourself to anybody else
Fact.
but yourself.
There is only one you in this world. You be who you were supposed to be.
Yes.
And understand it takes a lot of work.
It does.
A lot of dedication. So if you truly want it, it's going to be your passion. It's not necessarily going to be just something you decide to do.
Right.
It's gonna breathe, as you saw, going to school for a dentist, turning it into SGP Society, being a model.
Total opposites, man.
100%.
Total opposites.
And don't be afraid to pull the trigger, again, is what we discussed early on in the interview, because, man, everyone has these beautiful plans.
And everybody, has goals in life, and like, just like I was saying, the negative of social media, how everybody can do it, but the positive in social media, everybody can do it.
Everyone can do it, that's right.
Everybody can do it.
The term impossible, break it up. I'm possible. That's what people need to look at. They can hurdle these obstacles. You know what I'm saying? All day, every day. Beautiful message.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that with the people. Thank you for sharing your time with me.
Absolutely,
It's
anytime.
been a pleasure. And can you just do me a favor? Break these people off one more time where they can find your work, SGP Society, any models that you want to give love to. Again, just do your thing.
Yeah, you can find us on SGP Society. You can find me on Angela.Alexia on Instagram, Angela Alexia on Facebook.
No dick pics.
No dick pics. Nah, y'all can send them. I just leave them on red.
Send the dick pics. Just kidding, don't.
Just leave them on red, that's all. Follow my girls, Christiane, Allie, Talia, Taylor. Follow the whole entire squad. Tuner Evolution. Follow us, find us across the country. Come out, say hi. Don't be afraid to come up and introduce yourself.
Yes.
We love to meet everybody.
Yes, they are just people, just a little more beautiful than most people, ladies and gentlemen. All right?
It makes me blush again. You started it with blushing.
I'm just trying to match you the microphone and the eyeshadow, girl. I see you. We matching right now.
I tried.
Beautiful, duly noted. I noticed. We all noticed. I just want to thank you again for coming on the show and being live, making this interview way better than just listening to me talk my ass off in a microphone on a Saturday. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're about to close out this segment, episode 307, but you know what that means. We hopping into the final thought, so stick around because that's going to be coming at you live in 3, 2, 1. Let's get it. All great things in life take time, effort, dedication, discipline, and commitment. But first off, they take you starting to actually come to fruition. I know a lot of times the plan can sound good, you can lay down everything to a T, but it takes you actually doing and executing that for it to come to life. The vision is always going to be a vision if you're too afraid to take the first step, and the many after that follow in order to create the success or dream that you're looking for. And I think the most important thing to remember is always be yourself, always follow your gut, and always do what makes you happy. A dollar amount will never give you the happiness that you're looking for in life, but what it will do is give you a little bit more financial freedom to make those dreams become a little larger, but it shouldn't be your overall goal. Ladies and gentlemen, follow your dream, follow your goals, follow your gut, and pursue your passion, because you're only given one life, and it would be a shame to let it go doing something that you're not proud of and unhappy with. So ladies and gentlemen, if it's worth it, you'll find a way to get it. If it's not, let it go, move on, and do you, all right? I just want to say thank you very much once again to Angela Alexia for being on. Go on, check her IG, do everything, support. Hit up MattyMoShow.com. And thank you very much for tuning in. This is Matty Pace coming at you live from the Matty Mo Show, the host, the most mojo, saying one life, one love, I'm out.